Hi guys, I'm Zari Smile from OK Let's Go Singapore. You're listening to Ricardo and Kenny, the number one podcast in Sabah, Kinabalu Podcast.
Ya, podcast ini dibawakan kepada anda oleh Yohans, orang kota Marudu tinggal Jipun. Follow Yohans Journey di channel Lagu Dari, Langit on YouTube.
Dan jangan lupa klik playlist Orang Kota Marudu Tinggal Jipun untuk mengenali Aomori yang sangat-sangat menarik. Follow socials mereka di IG dan YouTube Lagu Dari Langit hari ini.
Pakis Kihoi. Selamat kembali ke podcast nombor 1 di Sabah. Saya Ricardo.
Saya Kenny.
Yeah, we are from Kinabalu Podcast, the number one podcast in Sabah.
Legit.
Kenapa kita perlu kasih tahu kita nombor 1, number 1 di Sabah?
Because we were the first one.
Because it's narrative though. Begitu juga dalam writing. Begitu juga dalam writing. When you haven't, bila kau mau orang baca kau punya subject, bagi yang padu punya headlines. For example, Kenny terbirak di jalan raya, for example.
What sort of discourse is that?
Of course people akan baca punya.
Kenapa dia terbirak?
Ya, kenapa? Sometimes kan people, sometimes kan, okay, when you see a rock, if you say like macam, okay, kau post a rock, gambar batu lah, in your Instagram kan, without any caption. So okay, klik lah, begitu saja. Okay, no caption everything. But if you put a rock, tapi di sana kau tuliskan, this can make people banter. You look, dia bilang. You wait, dia bilang. And people start commenting, I think this is granite. I think this is molded something. People are starting to bergaduh-gaduh di bawah.
Why?
Just because of rock. So narrative is very important, man. So when you say you're the number one podcast Sabah, which is ultimately memang true, is it?
Nice, yeah.
Well, we kind of like the one of the first one lah. That's why we said it lah.
That's
Bukan
true.
kita bilang by analytics kita nombor 1. We don't know, by the way, because nobody want to reach us out. Dia orang suka buat podcast sendiri, tidak mau panggil kita bercerita sama-sama, sharing ideas. So biarlah kalau gitu.
Biarlah. Kita mau ada union.
Sedih kalau. Kita masih bersama dengan Mr. Ruben Sario, all the way from the Star, ataupun I don't know apa dia masih lagi dengan with the Star ataupun dia buat freelance and everything. Kita cerita sama dia. Mr. Ruben coming back to Malaysia, you were hustling and then you work with Sabah Times and you work with Borneo Mail. Yeah. And after that, kau mau tanya apa tadi pasal Borneo Mail?
We were talking about Borneo Mail off cast just now. Yeah.
Apa itu Borneo Mail? Apa itu tabloid? Kita kau tanya.
Oh no.
Okay.
You did mention how good Borneo Mail was.
Yes.
How good was it?
I think in terms of content, it was one of the better papers in Sabah during its existence. I mean, there was a lot of care that went into producing good quality stories. Yeah. I mean, stories that made people read and made people react to issues. There was a lot of thought that went into the writing and the editing and how the paper appeared. So I think it was a well respected paper, even though it was young, among the youngest paper at that time compared to the other two dailies. And I think it's because of the editor then, Mr. George Kanavati.
You mentioned
he made that he was, as he told me once, that when you come to work for the Borneo Mail, you must be willing to go the extra mile, meaning that you put your heart and soul into the writing. So that is something that I've learned and I kept in me during my profession. That for reporters, it's not just a matter of writing a story, but doing everything possible to make it as good as possible. I think that is applicable to any kind of profession, any kind of job, any kind of activity that you do. You put your heart and soul into it, and it the results will show for themselves. How good it is, how much effort that you put into it. Yeah,
I see.
like what you guys do.
Oh man, thanks.
Actually, thanks man.
Thank you.
Actually, saya tanya kau kan tadi tu. Tadi kau tersilap cakap Borneo Post, and then Mr. Ruben kasih betul Borneo Mail.
Yeah.
And then Borneo Mood is a tabloid actually. So what? To be frank, what is tabloid by the way? What is the difference between the normal paper and tabloid?
Is it just words or word?
Okay. The original paper, like what we used to have, again now, you call the broadsheets, meaning the big papers.
Okay.
Remember the
The Superman.
Times?
The Superman.
Yeah. Straits Times. Or even now, even
the Berita Harian last time.
Berita Harian. Or now even the Daily Express.
Oh yeah, Daily
those are-
Express.
It's broad. That's why they're called broadsheets.
I see. Broadsheet.
So that is
Yeah,
broadsheet. That is a newspaper.
Yes.
Okay.
It is a type of newspaper,
Okay.
meaning that it's bigger. size.
Broader. Okay.
Yeah, broader.
You can
Alright.
fold it like once and then twice,
Oh, wow.
so it's like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
If you can imagine, yeah.
Whereas a a tabloid is a smaller paper.
I see.
It's like what News Straits Times became, a smaller paper.
I see.
Or even Berita Harian. Utusan Borneo, I think, was at one time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big also.
Yeah. So yeah, that so there were there are two categories of newspapers: the broadsheet and the tabloid.
I see.
That's what it is.
I see. So
Oh.
there's a broadsheet, the bigger one, Nanyang Siang Pao, also like that, is it?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
And then the other one is tabloid.
Yeah,
I see.
Tabloid is a smaller one.
the smaller one.
Yeah.
How about the
Almost
pages? Was it like strictly like macam this month ataupun the whole year along kita punya pages gini saja, so that people berebut-rebut beli airtime? Oh no, beli dek.
Ads.
What do you call it?
Ad space.
Ad space
Yeah.
probably.
It's very dynamic actually.
Oh.
The number of pages would go in multiples of either 2 or 4 because
Oh.
a broadsheet, for example, a tabloid would have in one sheet would have 4 pages.
Okay.
It would be print.
Yeah, depan, belakang, yeah.
So
Folded, yeah.
depending on how many ads are placed in advance, then the production team would know. Okay, like tomorrow we would have, say for example, 24 pages, or it would scale up by, usually scale up by 4 pages at a time.
Okay.
So it's like 24 or 30 pages, or scale down. So that's depending again a lot on depending on the
Ads.
ads.
Oh. Wow. Macam kita lah time.
Yeah.
Kita pula time.
Yeah.
Yeah, time
Kan.
length, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kau mau beli the whole episode kan?
Yeah.
You mau beli just for the 1 bulan ataupun mau beli 1 minggu atau
Yeah.
per episode begitulah.
Yeah.
Same thing. Wow.
And the classifieds are funny sometimes.
Yeah.
Do they? I mean, I did saw in a few instances back then in Daily Express, for example, or what? Apa tu? Utusan Borneo kah? They post some really funny classifieds and looking for something.
For example,
Someone was looking for a widow or something. I don't know. I don't understand.
kenapa kau ada
Where they-
siap?
Janda lah, cari janda lah.
Ya, kan?
They classify too. So after that, I don't see it anymore.
But it's possible. I mean, it's
Because they don't beli.
Oh,
yeah. In newspapers, the space is a commodity.
Okay.
For broadcasting or podcasting, time is your commodity.
Correct.
True.
Yeah. But now I think newspapers have lost out because of the internet.
I see.
Newspapers have lost out in terms of ads to classifieds. For example, they're lost out to Muda.
true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Muda, many
Yeah.
Facebook. What do you call it? Marketplace.
Marketplace. Yes.
So the shift has been
Yeah. Like Yellow Pages lah. Yellow Pages also die because of Google.
True. Yeah. And there's one, if you guys remember, Lelong.
Yeah.
Yes.
There used to be something called Lelong, right?
Itu kira modern sudah because on internet.
Yeah.
Lelong?
I think before Muda there was Lelong. So I think they lost out to Lelong first.
Yeah, lost to Lelong first and then Muda
come in.
Muda come in.
Yeah.
And also now many lah.
Yeah.
Like online selling now, Shopee is one of the leading,
Leading sellers online, right?
Yeah.
The
So that's
platforms.
why, that's why traditional media are losing
Many,
ground, to internet-based platforms.
We're gonna talk more about the now thing lah. We talk back on Ruben punya sepanjang career Ruben. So after the Borneo Mail, you went straight to the Star.
Yes.
Alright.
Awesome.
Sometime in 1996. That was in 1996. Yeah.
So
Wow.
bolehkah like you doing the Star and then suddenly Borneo Mail atau Sarawak Tribune or whatever minta you to do their and then they pay?
No.
Cannot,
No,
huh?
it was
Cannot, right?
strictly, it was in our contract that we get
It's conflict of interest, huh?
Yeah, that anything we produce was only for the Star.
I
That
see.
Was,
Specified in the contract, written.
yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so even though, but they were arrangements made. Sometimes editor would talk to editor. Could you help us out with this? So then it would be left to the editors to decide.
I see.
What they would do.
Interesting.
However,
Whoa.
they
They use pen name.
What's been happening is that with the advent of the internet again, and newspapers have switched online, have gone to have online editions, right? Certain media companies here, local media companies, they've basically lifted stories from the national media.
Okay.
Basically, it's a copy and paste
And
thing.
tumpang lah.
Yes.
I think they call it like they even had a cost in university doing copywriting.
Copywriting is one thing. This is copy and paste. Basically, you take,
College exactly and put it there.
Yeah. Because copywriting is about advertising.
Yeah. This one is basically stealing stories.
I did specifically
I got it wrong,
recall in Daily Express, in the international news section, there will be news from Reuters or AFP. Is that copy paste as well? No.
They subscribe to those. Reuters.
Is Reuters
AFP,
too?
Reuters. Sorry.
They are news wire, meaning that they provide news to the newspapers.
I see.
Okay.
I see. I get it.
They are.
There's contract juga.
No. That's fine.
Subscription, right? As you mentioned.
It's a subscription based one.
I see.
So
Interesting.
Oh.
So the newspapers would. All news organizations will subscribe to these news wires.
Okay.
International.
So they all got more international stories lah.
Right. But they are.
However,
there are also those certain media organizations yang basically they take the online story from say from a national paper, i.e. the Star or New Straits Times or anywhere. They'll copy and just paste it in India, and so you see the story that appears on Monday, the online edition of the Star would look very uncannily exactly the same on for the printed edition of
what is the undang-undang there?
What's the ethics?
Yeah.
Undang and ethics are right. Yeah.
It's unethical lah.
I see.
But,
doable, can be punished or what?
I think
punishable.
but I think the national media have tried and time again to talk to this local media company to not
do
stop.
that.
Yeah, to stop.
Okay.
Time and again they
Kalau dia buat lagi, then there's I think there's a guideline, there's an act juga saya rasa lah. I think there is.
It's basically infringing on our copyright because the content is, the Star's content is the Star's copyright. So,
It's copyrighted by the Star. Right? Tiba-tiba kau copy sebiji begitu.
Macam buat assignment pula. I copy my seniors.
Kau dulu copy ke?
I paraphrase. We do have plagiarism back, so.
Ya, betul. Dan
I was a good student.
Now lagi padu lah. Terus ada chat GPT and AI. Please finish my assignment. This one mesti ada ini in these words.
Yeah. It works.
Who says you need even to fit? You just need to start. ChatGPT.
Yo. Oh man.
Write me a news on this video. Oh my goodness.
Ooh, even was draw me. Bukan lagi tu man. Draw me a blah blah blah.
I've actually tried doing this last year.
How did it go?
I used ChatGPT. I input some facts. I just created. I was doing this on my phone, and when I was sitting at my in-laws' place in my wife's kampung in Inanam, I just, for the heck of it, I just tried. This was about 9 o'clock at night. I input some facts into ChatGPT about a so-called traffic accident along Jalan Linta.
Okay.
Time, date. Where who was involved, and I said
what car,
one dead and what car and all that. Write me a news article. 2 seconds later it came out.
Wow.
Yeah,
Accurately.
almost.
Oh.
So I mean,
wow. Grammatically, it is really good.
yeah, it is.
Wow. Coming from an author himself.
So I mean, that is, for ChatGPT, I think that is nothing, because it can do so much more complex.
Even mathematics
tasks.
also they can do,
Theses.
Yeah. I mean,
Can do it.
so the media landscape has changed from
Okay.
the time I started.
Talking to that, speaking to that, how do you take the transition, the old age to the new age? What I mean, like dulu everybody need to go to beli surat khabar, newspapers, and kadang-kadang boleh tengok nombor saja. I mean, okay.
True.
Put that aside.
But true. That is true. That is true.
Why he left solat dah?
But
My uncle did. My
your
grandfather,
not you.
my auntie, everyone. I did at one point. Then there's the internet. Sorry.
yes. One of the reasons why circulation dropped among many newspapers is that the 4D results now are available online.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, draw dates were usually on Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Apart from the special draw dates.
Yep.
So you can almost predict that say on Saturday and Sunday, on Sunday, Monday, circulation will be higher. Why? Because people were buying
For the
for the result.
By the way, guys, Mr. Ruben tahu sebab he's in the newspaper line. Bukan dia beli. Alamak, okay. Memang.
Sure. No, sorry. I wouldn't doubt.
Iya ke?
Anyway, working in newspaper, we get it for free anyways.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
kan?
right. Of course, man.
Of course, correct. And nowadays pukul 7, pukul 8 keluar sudah online. How I know
You got friends that know lah. Yeah lah. Wow. So they contribute to the sales of the newspaper very exponentially.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Belum habis soalan. Okay, the transition from that into the media stream now yang on di tapak tangan anda ataupun in this
on your screens.
internet. Are you coping up ataupun you got like macam I still prefer the old one, but how you gonna go how?
Okay, I think ultimately in terms of news and all that, because of the advent of social media, whether it's TikTok or Facebook or
Instagram or
anything that happens, a road accident that happens at 9 p.m. Someone will already upload pictures of it on Instagram or whatever.
So fast.
By 9:05 p.m. 5 minutes later.
True.
But at the end of the day, the media, I think the role of media now is not so much to report those kind of things, but it's to tell stories of, what happened. Say for example, that accident. You get only a picture and maybe some details, but you don't have the whole story of what happened. And perhaps if it's a tragic accident, then there's a backstory about who was involved. Maybe the whole family. They were on their way to somewhere.
Kawin or something.
That is the role of media to tell. To tell the whole story.
I see. So
that's how the media functions now.
I see. That's how I guess the media kept its relevancy to this date, and that's where you come in as a creative discourse writing and all that.
And I think that is why we're gonna take a short break and we'll be back on the third part. Right after this, banyak cerita Mr. Ruben, bagi aku sangat interesting story.
I even forgot the time.
because bagi aku having people yang sharing stories is like us telling stories as well. So we share the same interest, but in a different line lah. But selalu diorang ni bukan diperkotak-katikan, tapi diorang ni selalu yang paling belakang. Kita ni ada lagi video punya appearance and everything. Diorang, the people know Ruben. I've been reading Ruben punya nama for so long, since I was in, I think, uni time. Ruben selalu Ruben, but now saya dapat jumpa.
I think I noticed as well.
I think yang front page selalu ada Ruben. But we're gonna take a short break, then talk with Ruben again after this. So let's start pada final part. So banyak saya mau tanya juga, dan juga banyak yang saya punya kekeliruan lah, konflik, dilema dari segi cerita ni lah, atau pengalaman dia yang pernah dia lalui. Podcast ini dibawakan kepada anda oleh Yohans, orang Kota Maru tinggal Jipun. Follow Yohans Journey di channel Lagu dari Langit di YouTube,
dan click on the playlist of orang Kota Maru tinggal Jipun untuk mengenali Aomori yang sangat-sangat amazing.
Correct.
Follow social media di IG dan YouTube Lagu dari Langit hari ini.
Jangan ke mana-mana, kita kembali selepas ini.
Kopi sinangan kumada kayo to insanan, yoho huguan, ontok timpo diki, makimangaw kau kinabalu podcast nomor 1 di Biswang Pamumunan Sabah.